Hi, my name is Courtney Macia. I'm a first grade teacher at a charter school in the inner city of Philadelphia. My major is assessment, curriculum, and teaching with a concentration in STEM. I have a minor in elementary math, which really drove me to wanting to do the concentration in STEM since it's integrating all of the things that I love together and learning how to do that in my classroom. It was a great next step for my math education. As I said before, I have a minor in elementary math. When I was younger, my aunt used to always take me with her to her classroom in the summer before school would start to help her set up, and that really started my idea of wanting to be a teacher. When I was in high school, we had a class course where we got to actually be student teachers. I worked in a second grade classroom for half of my senior year, which really solidified that I wanted to be a teacher. I think students learn best by doing. I think they need to get in it. They need to be experiencing it. Sitting and watching somebody else do it will help them for a little while, but won't really make it stick in the long run. They need to try and fail and learn that failure is okay and that they just need to figure out another way to do it. Seeing me do it on the board and then taking it and just copying it down at their seats, it doesn't help them know how to change it, to rearrange things, to do it in a different way because it might not work that way the entire time. In addition to that, I think they need to know how to problem solve. If something doesn't work the first time, they need to learn how to make it work differently. When they go home after school, their parents might be showing them something else, a different way to do it. I want them to be open to that so that they can bring it in and they will know all these different ways on how to solve different problems and are able to use the ideas we learn in school and bring them and use them for something else that might happen at home. In my school, the biggest thing that deters students from learning and my biggest obstacle is that since I do work in an inner city school, there are a lot of students have faced many different crises in their lives. For example, I have a lot of students who are homeless, living below the poverty level if they are living in homes. They have families that are created of a lot of different people. Some have family members who are in rehab or not in their lives anymore, that bounce in and out of their lives. They live in houses with multiple families inside of them as well. A lot of their parents maybe didn't finish high school, or if they did, didn't go on to anything after that. This also concerns me when the parents come and they don't believe that education is a strong thing for their students to be learning. They will come to school and they hear that their parents didn't go to school, so they believe that they don't have to understand, they don't have to learn, and they don't have to make it a better life for them. So these parents' attitudes come out in my students sometimes, which is a boundary that I have to work to get past. The biggest thing that I do with my students, I make sure that I can give them all the support and all the love that they need in the classroom if they aren't getting it at home. I try to provide food. The school that I work in provides breakfast, lunch, and snack for the students every day. I make sure that I'm praising them for what they're doing, that it's right. I'm excited when they're telling me what things they're doing at home because sometimes nobody else will be listening to them. If it is to the point that I need somebody else to help me out, I connect them with the school counselor. They can help with things like clothing and food outside of school, so giving them all the support that they need. The biggest thing that I would love to help develop in my students is that growth mindset that was talked about by Carol Dweck in the video and also inside of her paper. I've heard about the growth mindset before in my undergrad programs. We talked about it a lot, but I would love to learn more about how to really bring this out in my students, especially because a lot of them will shut down very quickly when they do not know what to do. It is kind of their go-to when things get tough or things are not able to be understood by them. They'll just kind of stop and decide, I don't know what's happening. I cannot understand this. I do work in an inner city school, as I mentioned earlier, so this growth mindset would be a great thing to teach them to help them develop more. I worry about this class because a lot of the things that I'm reading and a lot of things that I'm seeing are for middle school and high school classrooms, so I'm interested to see how I can turn this into something I can use inside of my first grade class. Thank you very much.